Hey guys, this is Tobin Wagstaff. I wanted to make a short video describing for you what a velocity stroke is. Let's talk about what velocity is. Velocity is sometimes just simply called speed, but what velocity really is the rate of change that an object is moving from a initial starting position to its final position. This is important to us in drumming, and particularly in this conversation, because one of the things I always hear people talk about when they're talking about playing fast, they just talk about playing fast and technique and what sticks to use or what bass drum pedals to use or how to move your hand or how to move your feet. But something they never talk about is actually how to play with velocity. So let's discuss that. The velocity stroke with your hands. So if you're just playing with any old regular stroke, and I'm not getting into the definite, like specific things like Moeller stroke or anything like that, but if you're just hitting the drum, you're just hitting the drum, however you're doing a freehand stroke. You know, this conversation does require you to use a rebounding stroke, whatever technique it is that you're using. So velocity in this conversation with your hands has to do with going from this position to this position and back with speed. So for instance, I could play this speed, but use a slower stroke like this. So I'm playing hopefully the same tempo, but my stroke is a slower stroke. Now we're going to use the same tempo, but now I'm going to play with a faster stroke or more velocity. And what I want you to notice is when I play with more velocity, more speed in the stroke itself, the stick pops back faster. So if you want to play fast, either two hands together or one hand on its own, you need that stick to come back quickly in order for it to be in position to play the next stroke. Some people will use just a slow stroke all the time, and then they wonder why they can never get any faster. It's because the stick isn't back where it needs to be in order for us to do this. So now let's talk about the same concept, but using the bass drum pedal. So, you know, if this is my general stroke, there's no way I'm going to be able to play fast like that because I'm keeping the beater down. If I bring it back slowly, I can only get so fast because the beater's not coming back quick enough. But in that case, you can see the beater's coming back quickly. Now on a bass drum pedal, there's two ways to approach this part. In your hands, you play with more force to get that stick to rebound back up. It's a faster stroke. With a bass drum pedal, you're kind of limited a little bit to the springs and the cams that you have on your pedal. So there's two ways to do this. One is by playing hard, so the beater comes back quickly. Another is to adjust your springs and the tension on your springs so the beater comes back faster with the springs helping you. So I'm not the fastest player in the world or anything, but that would be incredibly hard to do if I wasn't using a velocity stroke. So now that we've talked about the hands and the feet, we're going to go back to the hands so I can illustrate for you a little bit better how the velocity stroke works. In order to play with velocity, you have to play hard. So by playing hard like this, the stick is bouncing back very quickly, putting it in the prime position for you to be able to play a next note really fast. Now, playing hard sometimes can mean that you're playing loud, but you don't have to play loud when you play hard. You could play soft, but still hard. And I'm just controlling this sort of with my stick height now. I don't believe that stick height correlates with volume inherently, so don't confuse this. But creating less distance here and still playing hard, I can play softer. So that is velocity stroke. You need to learn to play with lots of velocity if you want to play fast one day. I recommend definitely doing this at slow tempos. So even a simple exercise like 8 on a hand play that using velocity strokes. So you get used to the concept of playing with a quick stroke so that you can play fast and train yourself to play fast. Nobody ever talks about this, so I thought I'd make a video about it.